YouTube. What it do is your boy BENJI. We back balling. If you are new, please don't forget to subscribe. A lot of talk has been had about Bronny James and his possibility for success. This opportunity was finally given to him against the Bucks, and he showed out. He actually got to play. He actually got some minutes, and he suited up and performed. I mean, we all knew he was going to be somebody who was going to compete defensively, and now he's getting some chops on the offensive end. We saw what he did. Now, should we all be parading about somebody who had 17 points in a huge loss? No. But I think it's a great timing, great sequencing following all that we've seen with Stephen A. Smith, who is somebody who's been so huge of an advocate to be speaking for people of color, been so huge of an advocate to speak for the James family and who they are as individuals, but question LeBron James as the dad and then continue to go on a press tour talking about Bronny and his dad and their two's relationship and the possible nepotism that was there, instead of just being able to congratulate who this kid is as an individual and wish the best for his success. Instead, coming to LeBron James as a father and begging him to take Bronny James out of the NBA, take him out of the spotlight, and get away from him as a dad. Instead of doing that, we could be congratulating who he is as a player. Now, I think conversation could be had to say, oh, maybe Stephen A. put the battery in his back. No, in reality, Bronny James is somebody who's been averaging well under 5 minutes a game because he barely plays. He's played in a quarter of the games simply because he is a 55th pick. And at the end of the day, you do have guys like Luka, LeBron, Gabe Vincent at very least. But we can applaud Bronny James for staying ready amidst all this confusion, amidst all this madness. And he put up a solid individual performance. Again, the Lakers did get destroyed. I think we should be applauding the Bucks. But this story is good because it was a kid who persevered. At the very end of the day, went through cardiac complications. Somebody who probably had to come to a decision to determine whether or not they even wanted to play basketball anymore. And particularly in his situation, he didn't have to. But he continued to play, continued to push through, showed immense confidence in himself, maybe blissful confidence in some sense, declared for the draft, and again, amidst all the outside noise, he made it. Sure, may there have been an assist or two, maybe there have been a little birdie in somebody's ear because of who his dad is. We can argue that. But at the end of the day, he had to show up and hoop. If he was given minutes like this all season long and did not perform, get him out. Very simple. Is he LeBron James? Is he Luka Doncic? No. But the narrative that's been around this kid, who at the end of the day does have a promising future, I think it's been completely disingenuous. So it's good to see them actually take some of that time and be able to perform. So now he can take a big whoo and breathe. And maybe he can say, all right, I am destined to be here. I am ready to play on this court amongst all these players, amongst all these names, and I can furnish for myself a solid career if I put my head down and grind.
And just put my head down and working. I feel like that's the only thing that I can control right now is going in every day and staying ready to play, staying ready to learn, getting the work in after hours, early mornings, stuff like that. Just all the controllables that I can, do myself. There's not really much I can do of random people talking about me, every day. So can't really do much about that. So I just, go in the gym and work, put my head down and try to get better every day.
Bronny.
And that's, I think, the great mentality to have because at the end of the day, brother, all you can do is grind. The people that are going to be out on the outside talking about you, from me to Stephen A. to just all the regular fans, at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. Whether you're doing good or bad, they're going to talk about you. Your dad is the most has scored the most points in NBA history. People are still going to talk about him in a negative light. At the end of the day, nothing you could do. I think at the end of the day that we should applaud that this kid gets it because most people, under the weight of who his dad is, under the weight that his dad had to carry, and now passing some of that weight over to his son, him being who he is and being able to perform amidst all that, we have to congratulate that because we talk about how important it is to ensure that these guys have solid mental health foundations. solid opportunities to continue to play and keep the head on straight, I think that it's good that at very least he's been able to push through, persevere, and he hasn't been lashing out at anybody. At the end of the day, my criticism about Bronny has been effort and mentality, confidence, playing and prepared, quickness and sharpness in his movements, and really just being there ready to hoop. We're going to check out some of his baskets and see how much we develop because, again, I think for the Lakers, if this is the kid that you're going to invest in with your 55th pick, I mean, you might have did a better – that might be the better investment than, end of the day, some of your first-round draft picks in the last couple of years. Bronny did comment on this play, too, talking about there's an argument to be made that he could have been fouled by Giannis. But, hey, at the end of the day, watching plays like that, I determined that this kid he's confident. That right there, hey, look, we've seen where Bronny is forcing up shots. I mean, it's a strange position because not only is he LeBron James' teammate, but that's his son. And Bronny and LeBron James can't even get too excited because now he's taking the spotlight away from his son. That's good, D. And like all these shots he's shooting, man, I think the pace that we're seeing him play in, as opposed to years behind, has been great. He's getting out there and having fun, at the very least. Now, the Lakers, they got to figure out what to do without these three. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's no way you take these three out of the game and you lose by 40 points. So I think that there's been an illusion that's been created because Luka Doncic is there and he's been so spectacular that the Laker fans really believe that this team is immediately a playoff contender. Now, granted, any team with LeBron James on it is a playoff contender. Any team with Luka Doncic is a playoff contender. But when the end of the day, if we're talking about getting all the way to the championship, I think that's where this discussion has to be had because this team has some foundation. They've got some solid names, but I think there's a lot of guys on the team that want roles and positions that are not necessarily for them. I mean, Reeves didn't even get any burn. I mean, you had guys like Dalton and Bronny leading the team in scoring. All due respect, if you've got guys that have been in the NBA for years, this is of no help to the rest of the roster. You know what I mean? But, I mean, you lose by 40 points. I don't think this is a bad thing because you got guys like, well, it's really like 30. But anyways, knowing that you've got Luka Doncic, LeBron James to make up for that scoring disparity and Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, I think the Bucks could be a little bit more in trouble. But I think the biggest problem that J.J. Redick alluded to with this game was the defensive coverages that he wanted to set up for Giannis, and for some reason they just hadn't been able to get to where they got. Let's read the comments. His plus minus was negative 36. Don't think you guys understand how plus minus works. He's a little more confident right now. He's still rushing. Yep. Okay. Yep, y'all gonna be upset. I mean, like I said, this is confidence here. You got a guy fighting over the screen. But Bronny steps into it. You know, this shot was never a shot he was shooting for the Lakers. So it's really good to see that level of confidence there. Same for him. Again, this was normally a shot he was forcing up. Attacks a closeout. Kuzma's off balance. Find a little gap. Don't attack Brook Lopez because Brook Lopez is an elite shot blocker. Good float. Jab. You got the defenders going under. Shoot that with confidence. Like I said, this has been the difference in this game right here. So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm alluding to in this video is that not only did he give us the opportunity, but he played with confidence. Played in the mid-range. And that take they took, that was a nice take with the inside hand. The Bucks do have a squad, man. For some reason, they've just not been able to put it together. Do y'all think it has something to do with coaching? Because I think that's a roster that could be feared, man, over there in the Eastern Conference. Hey, but look, shout out to Bronny. What does this mean for the future of the Lakers? Y'all let me know in the comments below.